Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, last couple of days, I've been doing some research and studying this new racial profiling act. It's not technically new; it's maybe a couple of years old. It's been presented by Representative John Conyers. I think I got his name correctly, John Conyers, in March of 2017. It's currently right now. It's still in a standstill. They did some movement on it a little bit last year, but I suggest people to go ahead and Google it. It's on Congress.gov as well. It's called the HR 1498, and if you just Google racial profiling act, it'll come up. But basically, it's kind of been touching on the last couple of videos I put out earlier about racial profiling. That was the last lesson one topic, and this is kind of fits right into it. So I define racial profiling as race conscious targeting, right? So in the act itself, when you look it up, it actually defines it, racial profiling in detail, and as a more of a prerequisite or more or less a block on what this act's supposed to do as far as racial profiling. So I just jotted a couple of notes with it. It says it prohibits racial profiling by any federal, state, local, or tribal law enforcement agency. It basically kind of categorizes that no matter gender, ethnicity, race, sexual orientation, all these boxes have to be checked, and these law enforcement agents cannot do any racial profiling against those any individual that fits that category. Also, it kind of breaks down the qualifications and the consequences what the act covers. So basically, these laws and these grants are given to law enforcement agencies, COP, community oriented policing. There's these programs that each law enforcement has in place to help with community policing. There are grants that are available for these agencies that are given to them to help build programs to promote COP, community oriented policing. And also these checks in the block that this act proposes has to be met. So if this research not conducted on it, or if something's been violated, or any type of case has been presented to the agency about any racial profiling case, these possibilities they've been investigated, these grants can be revoked. I went ahead and signed up for it. You can go to ACLU, actionaclu.org. Or you can Google ACLU or American Civil Liberties Union. They have an actual petition that they're getting people to sign up for, so they can present as well to Representative John Conyers to help push this act into Congress and get it signed. I suggest those to go in there if you're interested. If you think it's a good thing, go ahead and sign up. I highly recommend all to do it. Highly recommend to those to push this law, because this is what it's about. This is the movement. This is what we're trying to prevent. We're trying to put some establishments, some laws in place to ease up on the racial profiling. So get up on it. This is your chance to do something about it. Can't complain if nothing's being done, if you're not taking your effort to study and get in there and research for yourself and sign up. Again, it's action.aclu.org. You can Google it, Racial Profiling Act. You can Google ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union. Any of those things you can Google and pull up. You can see, and you can sign up for it. Another side note, something else I was going to probably talk about a little bit later as well in the next couple of videos, stand your ground law, but it was the case that I was talking about in my very first video with the 2015 police shooting in West Palm Beach, Florida. I didn't say the officer's name, but it's public now. So the officer Newman Raha, he's finally been convicted for manslaughter and attempted first-degree murder for the killing of Corey Jones, which is a musician. So I kind of mentioned the story in my first video. I've been following this story, and I happened to see in the news feed that he's been convicted, and it's a victory in a way, because as I went over in the first video with the recap of the story, basically plainclothes officer Raha was in plainclothes. He was in a unmarked vehicle. He went up on Mr. Jones. It was audio feed from it, and he didn't announce himself. And when Mr. Jones put out his weapon, and which was legally registered as a concealed carry firearm, Officer Raha shot him multiple times. And it also broke down in the article that he shot him in the chest, which is they taught the shoot center mass, and shot him in his arm. So when he shot him and the audio feed was registered, all this evidence represented in the court, he was convicted. He'd probably be sentenced around, it said April 26th, he'd be sentenced for his, he'd possibly get life in prison. So it was just interesting how I read that case, and it is something being done. All white jury, so that's even more interesting for me. But there is chances of justice being served. So I posted it on Facebook. I just posted it on Twitter. and I posted it on, I think, on Instagram, but you can review it, Google it. Just another victory. So I just wanted to kind of put this out there. It's not going to be a long video, but I just want to touch on the Racial Profiling Act. The more signatures we get for the petition, the more chances that this act can be pushed to Congress and get signed. We already know who we're dealing with. We already know what the type of people are in office. So we need to more strength by numbers. Support it, share it, get it out, get this stuff out there to people that you know, and let's get out here and do something about it.